Welcome to the Everyday Comfort Podcast, where we help homeowners make smart decisions and save money, and guide contractors on building trust, growing their business, and delivering real value. Let's dive into the show.
Hi, I'm Anthony Mound, your host of Everyday Comfort, the podcast built to serve both homeowners and home service contractors. Whether you're a contractor looking to grow your business or homeowner hoping to avoid costly surprises, we dive into real stories, practical tips, and smart strategies to help you succeed and stay comfortable every day. I have Chad here of Rise25, who has done thousands of interviews with successful entrepreneurs and CEOs, and we have flipped the script and he will be interviewing me today.
Hey, Anthony, how are you doing?
Hey, Chad, how you doing?
Good. Hey, it's great to talk to you again. I think this will be a particularly relevant interview because we're kind of in the midst of seasons changing. The summer is kind of coming to an end. Winter is on the way. Always my least favorite time of the year. What do you think we should do? For homeowners who have maybe an AC and a furnace, what should we do in this kind of transition period to get ready for the cold weather?
Yeah, I would say definitely like close down your AC. Unless you like it really cold. I don't know me. I kind of leave mine on to the end of the year, to the last until it's where I have to put a jacket on, right? But yeah, covering the outdoor unit's a great start. Making sure you cover the outdoor unit. Just getting actually, believe it or not, the AC actually affects if you have a furnace, because if that AC coil is dirty, it could actually block the airflow for the furnace and cause overheating issues. So it's probably worth it to get one last check unless you've recently had one and it's working fine. But yeah, covering the outdoor unit can always help definitely keep the longevity of that system. And then of course getting a checkup on your furnace before it's actually cold outside is going to be another huge factor of that. Making sure your system's running, make sure it's tested, preventing any issues or taking care of anything small before it becomes a big problem. It's best to do that than later.
What are some common issues that might arise with a furnace if you don't have it checked out prior to?
Components, like high utility bills is a big one. Breakdowns, like these systems can break. Failed components usually happens in the middle of winter. It usually doesn't happen in the beginning. Usually happens right in the middle of it when you are trying to call around and scrambling and you got all these things to do and you're busy. That's usually when systems break on you, ironically.
And then, plumbing systems, I'm sure, from what I hear, break a lot more often in the winter. What do you think that is, and what can be done to prevent that?
Yeah, I think everyone's just so happy that summer's coming that they're like, vacation, let's take time, let's go, let's travel places and go different, visit in-laws or something like that. What happens is people are not using their plumbing as much in the summertime, so the utilization rate of the plumbing pipes and the drains and everything like that is not as high. So in the wintertime when we're home and we're inside and we're using our fixtures and everything like that, it puts a bigger strain on the plumbing system. So we've noticed that, a lot more water heaters break, a lot more pipes break, a lot more plumbing issues in the wintertime going into fall. Summer's kind of like the plumbing slow season. Obviously, plumbing doesn't decide when it wants to break, but when you use it more, it breaks more. So we tend to see a really, really busyness when it comes to wintertime and fall.
Between these seasons, summer to winter type thing, I'm sure a lot of people maybe are getting a new furnace, prepping for the cold weather, or maybe they're thinking about next summer, like this is going to be my last summer for our AC. We need to get a new AC, something like that. What does a professionally completed AC or furnace installation look like step by step?
Step by step, step one, choosing the right contractor, making sure that you do your due diligence, getting your referrals from other friends that you may have used a different contractor, checking out reviews, making sure you have the right contractor is number one. Two, making sure that contractor does a load calculation, making sure that they measure all the rooms, make sure that the equipment that's being put in is sized correctly, and then making sure that they follow manufacturer specifications. Looking at not just the box, because anybody could come to your house and throw in a box and it'll work for a few years and you're good. But making sure that they look at the entire system as a whole. Is the ductwork in good condition? Are the pipes in good condition? Making sure that you look at those entire things and correcting those issues so that you could put in the new system and make sure it lasts a long time. So those are really important things. I think some contractors might be scared to give a price or to fix those things because they're like, oh, it's expensive. It's going to cost the customer a lot of money. But really, in my opinion, you're really hurting the customer more if you don't tell them, at least tell them about those things and let them know that these things can be solved. You know, that room over there that's cold or it's too hot in that room, there's a reason for it. So we can fix those issues. And then making sure that your install team has checklists and startup checklists, and making sure that you're training at least once a week, going over, hey, what are best install practices? How do we keep the customer's home clean? How do we start up a system properly? What is it? What has changed from technology, from old pieces of equipment to new pieces of equipment? What are the modifications in the codes? And always training on those things and going through the manufacturers and having reps out to your office, constant training and development of your team to make sure that when they go out and to do an installation, not just one, they're super clean and they make sure your home's very clean, but also two, making sure that they install stuff up to code, making sure that they're following manufacturer specifications, and three, they're really testing stuff. We have a whole checklist inside our software that we run through and we check after the install is done to make sure that they went through that checklist and they put all their proper pictures in there. It's called the Trust One Perfect Install. We make sure that they fill this form out and they get a little bonus if they do everything right. So it's very important to have these, measures in place to make sure that the customer gets taken care of. And then we have a quality control check afterwards. So our install manager would go through, look at everything, make sure everything's done the way it's supposed to, and if not, we'll send someone back out to fix it. That's how particular I am as a business owner to make sure that we do a great job for our customers because I held myself to that same standard. So I want to make sure that they fulfill that for that customer. It's a big investment and we want to make sure they get their money's worth.
So let's say, you're contemplating putting in a new furnace or something, and you're thinking, we already have to pay for the furnace. I don't feel like paying for the installation. I'll just watch like a DIY video on YouTube or something,
Oh,
and we'll just take care of it ourselves. Whatever, no big deal. Can't be that hard. Your thoughts?
I'd say go for it if you're feeling frisky.
How might that fall short?
I definitely would be. I mean, give me a call. I'll walk you through it. I mean, I'm all for it. You want some help? Let's call our office. I'll walk you through it, and then I'll fix it for you afterwards if you mess up. But I'm not a big fan of it. I think if you've maybe are in a different trade or you've been working with tools, I might be able to take it on. You might be successful at it, or even have a friend help you. But I don't really recommend anything with, especially if you have a family, messing with anything gas, electrical, or plumbing. It can get scary. It's really dangerous. So I would rather have you contact a professional than to do it yourself. Other little repairs, sure, like take a stab at it. I see clients do that. But installing a new heating system, we don't hear that often, and it'd be a little scary if we did.
What are some maybe like pain points that homeowners might experience with a low quality installation?
Ah, we see this all the time, unfortunately. Um, High run times. The system's going to run all the time, unless it's like a heat pump and it's really designed to run all the time. Higher utility bills is one. Thing's going to run all the time. It's going to either overheat or overcool. It's not going to feel comfortable in the home, and it's going to break on you prematurely. Those are really the main things, but it's just a real inconvenience to you as a consumer.
How do you kind of train technicians to kind of explain everything to the customers while still having the technical skill?
So every week we do communication training. Actually twice a week. Each team member does a training with each department. So the service team would do customer service training every Tuesday, making sure that we're communicating properly so in terms that the customers understand. We don't want to make anybody confused. And then yeah, the install team, same thing. There's a team member that leads them, develops them with communication to kind of go through, and then our install coordination process. We have someone in the office. They communicate with the customer. They make sure that they know everything they're getting. They know how the process is going to go the day before. Everything is staged in the warehouse. We try to over communicate with the customer to make sure that they know everything. And then we communicate with the installers. We have literally an entire agenda that we try to work through with the installers to always be able to communicate with the customers to let them know how the day's going to go, answer any questions, answer any user questions. And then also on the back end on our website, we've built like an install guidelines page. So we're slowly but surely adding any questions that a customer might have on how to operate their system. It has like thermostat manuals. It has controller manuals. It has videos on how to maintain your system. It has videos on how to start up your system if you hear any noises or any smells. We're kind of slowly through, over the years adding to that page to make sure that the customer has something that they can resource after the installation, or if they just want some common knowledge.
I'm guessing those types of things are helpful for you to kind of ensure consistency across different crews.
Yeah, we try to make sure the installers are able to just focus on the install. So if we just educate the customer from the beginning, make sure that the person that goes out to quote the job is educating the customer, and then afterwards, making sure that they have all their manuals and that they're actually communicated to about how to operate the system. And then the fail safe is, hey, here's a link. If you have any questions about how to operate your system and you don't want someone back at your house, or you don't want to call or inconvenience anyone, we then have that layer where you can kind of find that information on our website. And if we don't have it, we will. So we're constantly developing that.
Why is it important for maybe a customer to verify insurance and licensure for installation quality?
Yeah, so there's multiple different types of insurances there. So like workman's comp, if someone doesn't have workman's comp and the contractor gets hurt at your home, they could actually sue you for them being hurt. So it's important that you have workman's comp. And then liability insurance. For example, if they start a fire at your home and they don't have liability insurance, trying to sue them for the damages is going to be very difficult, especially if they don't have an insurance policy. So it really doesn't help the customer in any way if you don't have your insurances. So we show them up front. We let them know that we have it.
So let's say Trust One comes out and is kind of working on installing something, and there's like an unexpected development, maybe like hidden duct issues or something like that. How does Trust One handle those types of situations?
So one, we have a no change order guarantee. So if we come out to your house and we give you a price, the price is the price regardless if we forgot something or we missed it. We don't change the price on you. That's one guarantee that we have. The next thing is we try to prevent that from the beginning. So we have a pre-install form. So every single person is required to fill out this form, and it has all pictures, drawings, and documents that are required to be filled out before the job actually gets booked. So the job's not allowed to be booked unless this is filled out. So then our install coordinator and install manager go through all those pictures and all those forms to verify anything that's going to be an issue ahead of time. And we try to resolve that in-house before we even bring it to the customer. There's a lot of things going on, a lot of moving parts in the background to ensure that customer gets a great experience.
Do you have photos that you guys take, during and after installation?
Yep. So in that form, it's called like I said, it's a pre-install form. It has all those photos uploaded inside that form with drawings and dimensions, so that the new equipment that we order, make sure that it fits. It's going to fit. Make sure we don't have to cut any walls. And if we do, that is all noted to the customer. The customer knows ahead of time, and then we have someone scheduled back to go back and put all that stuff back in its place.
And then you have post-installation photos as well?
Yeah, so we have a Trust One Perfect install form that the installers are required to fill out. It has all the pictures and all the common practices of what a startup procedure looks like. So all the pictures and everything would go into that form, and then we review that form to make sure that they did everything they're supposed to.
How does that benefit the customer? My wife loves when guys like you do that. Like,
Yeah.
oh, the pictures are the best. Why is that valuable for the customer?
It's valuable to the customer because it ensures that we do the right thing, ensures that there's quality control. Because if you're having someone out there and you're not verifying their work and you don't know if they're actually testing their equipment, there's no hope there. You're really kind of lost if you don't have those photos of those quality control items that are being reviewed and coached upon if they're not.
On day one after install, are there maybe some common like panics or immediate concerns that people might have that they're probably steady out over time? And how do you handle those?
Yeah, there's a few common things. One, when you install a new gas furnace, there's going to be a smell when you first kick it on because you got the flames, and these systems are like put together with oils. And so when that flame hits the inside of it, it burns off those oils, and then there's a smell that sometimes can run smoke through the ductwork, or you might just smell something like a burning, and you're like, wow, that smell could be scary. Like, is something burning? So we let the customer, we have a video inside our website that explains that process and explains that it's normal. And then we teach our installers to explain that to the customer as well. Hey, you're going to experience a burning smell. We try to run the system long enough so that that burning smell goes away, but we don't always achieve that. So we try to make sure that we answer that question. Another one is when we install a new thermostat, making sure the customer knows how to operate it. So it's important that the customer's there, because they might not know how to work that thermostat properly,
Mm.
and then they have an issue with operating the thermostat. So, like I said, that all that information is on our website for the types of thermostats we install. So we can send them a link. We could give them a call, discuss it over the phone, or we could happily send someone back out to walk them through how to use it or any issues or concerns they may have.
I know you guys have a membership program. How does that tie into installation and warranty quality?
Yeah, so it keeps us maintaining the system and keeping it healthy. Just like your car, you have to do, maintenance on your heating system. It's required by the manufacturer. So that membership ensures that we come out 3 times a year, one for your plumbing system, one for your heating system, and one for your cooling system to ensure that that's working properly and then avoid any hidden issues.
So people might say, well, that's just one more thing that I have to pay for. How would that maybe potentially save them money in the long run, even though they're paying for a membership?
Yeah, I mean, you don't pay service fees for us to come out. So if you have any other issues related to something that we didn't do, you don't pay the service fee for us to come out. You get discounts off other services. You get replacement coupons for new customers if you didn't do a heating or cooling system with us. We just implemented lifetime repairs for HVAC. So if we come out to your house and we do a repair for something, you get a lifetime warranty on it, on that specific repair. So that's an added benefit. And then, yeah, you save money on the maintenance because if we were to come out to just do a maintenance, it'd be more expensive versus if you bought the membership. So it's not only a preemptive tool, but it's also a way to save you guys money.
How much of Trust One's business would you say comes from referrals?
Hmm. Uh, so we just implemented a new referral program.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, like about 30% is new customers that were referrals.
Nice.
So this new referral program that we have, it's called Refer Pro. A lot of customers get emails. All of our customers get emails afterwards, and we offer customers $100 for service calls and $250 for installations. So if you have a friend or family member that you can refer, it's literally a link. You put all their info in, hit submit. A friend of yours calls in and says, "Hey, so and so referred me." It's automatically tracked inside our system, and then we go inside the software, click a button, and you get the gift card. You can choose by over 500 different gift cards.
So last question for you, why have you found that customers, so I'm guessing are happy, recommend Trust One to their friends or even their moms?
It's just because our process that we built, I mean, I'm just gonna be straight up. We're not the cheapest, and I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to be the cheapest. We have to invest in our team. We have to make sure that we have the best team members, and they cost money. We have to have the best insurance policies. We have to have the best health insurance, best everything for our team. Because who wants to work for a company that doesn't offer the greatest benefits at the best pay? Those best team members are expensive, and they're worth it, and that translates into taking care of our customers. And so, yeah, we have great training. We are always constantly training our team, improving our team, and I'm not going to tolerate mediocrity, to be honest. So that's really why our customers get a great experience, and if not, we'll make it right, whatever it takes.
Okay, Anthony. Well, hey, great insights and always valuable information. Thanks so much.
Awesome. Thank you, Chad.
So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to the Everyday Comfort Podcast. We'll see you again next time, and be sure to click subscribe to get future episodes.